last night, I did watch the Pittsburgh Tampa game, and I did hear the commentary from Rinkside with Pierre McGuire and Kendall Coyne Schofield. Um, she seemed nervous at points, and I thought it at parts too. I thought they kind of it seemed like they put her on the spot. The most interesting one to me was where they asked which hockey player on the ice do you think your game's closest to, and I thought I I don't know. I don't know that many players would just point at a guy. Oh, I play like him. So she said Tyler Johnson, which was kind of it was interesting because it wasn't just oh I'm like Stamkos. That's the name I know. Crosby, I know Crosby. No, Kendall Coyne knows hockey. She's a hockey player. She's won an Olympic medal for playing hockey. And there's Pierre McGuire saying the Penguins are going to come out. They're playing that end. The Lightning are at that end. My answer to that would have been so the guys with the little lightning bolts, they're not the Penguins. That's weird. And the guys with the Penguins, they're not the Lightning. That's really strange. I would never have guessed such a thing would happen. And of course, I wasn't on Twitter at the time, so I didn't see the fact that Twitter was having a lot of fun with this and was replaying clips of things he was saying. Um, the most cringe inducing was him, and I actually I heard this one. I did. Actually, I heard the whole thing. I'm so used to Pierre Maguire being cringe that it just all I'm like whatever, and I ignored it because I'm so used to it. Every game he says things that are just like, oh, Pierre, why? And the funny part of it is, he seems like a nice enough guy. He does. Pierre McGuire, I've never heard anybody say he's a jerk or he's obnoxious or no, he seems like a nice enough guy. But the way he describes things, just every game, I just don't. I don't. I honestly think that it's strange that I know he can do a good job, and then he always tries to bring his own phrases in and his own things and so with him with Kendall Coyne and trying to explain the game of hockey to her, that's how it sounded, really. It was weird, and then they were commenting about the physicality of the game and compared to the gold medal game between Canada and the U.S. because that's the only women's hockey game that most people watch. Not being sarcastic, it's just honest. And she says, except that I wear a cage. And then Pierre said, I'll be your cage tonight," which I don't think he necessarily meant it as badly as it sounded. But yeah, it was it was cringe inducing. Absolutely, I'm yes. And what's weird to me is this. So last week I'm watching a Buffalo game. I think it was last week was a Buffalo game. And Jennifer Botterill is down next to Rob Ray. And Rob Ray immediately makes a comment about how Jennifer Botterill's better looking than the guys who are normally down there with him. And I thought, it's strange that her physical appearance comes into it. And I'm saying that because, I watch the Canadian feeds of hockey, and you always have women in studio, and you often have women, down at ice level or at the very least calling the game. And on TSN, you have Tessa Bonhomme, who was a Canadian Olympian. Cassie Campbell, who I know not everybody likes Cassie, but I don't hear people explaining the game to Cassie. Cassie's pretty good at figuring out what's going on with the game, and she's a pretty good commentator. So when I hear, Chick's actually was pretty cute, and I'm just thinking, on Sportsnet, this isn't a thing. This isn't a problem. It's weird, but again, um, I thought to me that Pierre was just trying to be friendly, and she seemed nervous, and it seemed to me like he was trying to calm her nerves. Was he appropriate? Probably not. But again, for him, it was probably an unusual circumstance too. Remember, she was in the fastest skater competition on Sunday, and last night's Wednesday, and she's thrown into this role. And I thought it was weird. I thought, it seems odd. And again, she seemed nervous during parts of it, and probably off air told him, say, "No, I'm really nervous. I'm really worried. I'm going to screw this up." And he was probably along the lines of, "That's okay. We'll help you through this. No problem." So maybe part of the nerves was why he was telling her that's a penguin, that's a lightning, but it doesn't come across well on TV. I'm not a person who advocates for getting rid of Pierre off the air altogether. I don't necessarily think that the role that he's got right now, I don't know, but again, I've never liked the whole active stick, big body presence, all these things he's brought to the game that I didn't think actually needed to be there. I think he just gives new names to things we already have names for, and then for some reason the things that he says, whether it's active stick or big body presence or whatever other terminology he's brought to the game, for some reason other announcers start picking it up. I'll be watching another game and I'll be like, he's got the active stick out there. I'm like, oh, no, we don't need that. No. You don't need to tell us the guy's stick's moving, because it sounds weird if they have an inactive stick. See, that just doesn't sound right. So we don't need to hear that. But, and then you ask Don Cherry, and Don Cherry will tell you that the active stick could be the biggest problem, because, you know, if there's a shot being taken from the point and you just put your stick out, that puck can go off your stick and right up underneath the crossbar and screw up your goaltender. So, I'll go ahead and link to an article on what happened last night, and I think again, it is part of the transition to seeing that women who've played hockey know the rules, they know how it works, and it's still essentially the same game, and they can figure out the whole thing too. It's not rocket science. Hockey is really not that difficult to figure out, and it's one of the reasons why as a kid I picked it up so fast, and it took me forever to figure out NFL football. I remember as a little kid being confused about what was going on, and then the worst part was my dad would watch the NFL and the CFL, so I had to learn two sets of rules. So we're like, okay, why are they kicking here? They still have another down. Oh, this is a Canadian game. Oh, okay, they don't have that extra down. Why is the field so wide? Why are there why is there a 50-yard line and then the center spot? Why? Oh, there's 55 yards on each side of why is there an extra 10 yards? Like, hockey, it's really pretty simple and pretty basic. The puck's got to go in the net, and just don't go offside, and don't be a jerk. If you're a jerk, you go to the penalty box. And I think McGuire-Coyne got that part. The part I'll be interested in is this. So she's in the fastest skater competition, and they put her in the booth because to me it seems like a ratings grab, because, you know, they're saying after the game, well, you know, people are talking about hockey, everybody's talking about her, so they're putting her in there because, you know, they're trying to get the ratings, which with the amount of money that's spent on advertising and all of that, it makes sense, especially on an American point of view, to go, okay, this will get people to watch. I don't know that very many people are going to watch a hockey game because of who's calling it between the benches, especially. And there are times where I go, well, I want to watch this game, but, oh, there's Milbury and Roenick. Yeah, I'll watch. So I don't think that it negatively impacts or positively impacts the ratings, whoever's calling a game. And McGuire, again, probably a nice guy. He was doing some mansplaining. And I've seen it. I've seen it at times where, with my wife, just, you know, around the house, just dealing with guys. And it's funny because there's also been instances where, whether it's something with our van, whether it's something around the house, whatever it is, that her and I will be there together. She'll be the one talking. And actually, I think that happened in Vegas too. Yvonne, that was in Vegas where we were looking for, what were you looking for? And you asked, and the guy we were talking to then turned around and explained to me. You would ask the question, and it was like he went, okay, I'll talk to the man about this. It wasn't it at the Mirage?
I can't remember where that was. That was really irritating, though. I kept talking, and he would tell you, and then I'd ask another question, and he'd answer you.
Yeah.
He wouldn't,
Yeah, I didn't even have to speak. I'd just stand there, and he'd just turn, yeah. I need to tell the man, because the man will understand this. Yes. The woman can't.
He can then translate it into one.
The woman clearly can't understand. So I've seen it. It happens.
Oh, it's so irritating.
It was really, but we've seen it with the van too,
oh
where
my gosh, all the time.
you'll be in, okay, this is wrong, and they'll turn to me, okay,
To
what you need to
explain,
do, and I'm thinking, she's the one that came in, I'm just standing with her, but they'll turn to me and tell me, yeah, so.
Yeah, I have to really prove that I know what I'm talking about if it comes to
Mechanical
vehicles,
stuff, sports. Yeah.
Anything. Yeah, unless it's womanly, like cooking, I have to really prove that I know what I'm talking about. Otherwise, they'll assume I'm stupid.
So when Pierre McGuire's telling her Pittsburgh's
that's
at this
just irritating. That's stupid. We wouldn't even talk to our 6-year-old like that.
I know. She'd know who the Penguins were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're completely different colors, even.
Yeah.
Even if you did not know sports, you could see.
Or just the logo.
Oh, the blue ones are over there? Why, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
I feel so much smarter now.
I felt that I had to give her 2 cents on this because it happens. I've seen it, and it's just sort of it's part and parcel. It is in our culture, and I do my best to never. Do I ever mansplain?
Not much.
Not much. That's as close to a ringing endorsement as I'm going to get for today. And on that note, not much. I'm going to take that as a compliment, and I'm going to go. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And again, and I've mentioned this on this channel before. This is as a hockey channel, I know there's always going to be men that go, women don't understand, blah, blah, blah. So for women who are subscribers to the channel, I always try to make sure I'm not talking down to you, because
It's really bloody irritating.
yeah, what she said. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. Hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just tapped upon this video, and I'll talk to you again soon.